Well, welcome to our sixth annual Graduate Student Research Symposium. My name is Emory Woodard, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the Dean of Graduate Studies in our illustrious College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Now, we are gathered today to both hear and celebrate the fine work of our graduate students in the college. You are about to see just a small sample of that work produced by students from across the college who either received a 2024 Summer Research Fellowship to support their work or engaged in the exciting work that they presented or that they're going to present independently. Now, let me take a few moments to talk a little bit more about our Summer Research Fellowship program. It's a funding initiative designed to support students who wish to stay engaged in their research over the summer. Instead of door dashing, Ubering, or engaging in other kinds of summer work activities, we want to support students who want to stay within the laboratory, within the library, or wherever it is that they do their fine work without having to worry about how the rent will be paid or how they'll make sure that they have sufficient groceries. So students in good academic standing in either a master's or doctoral program in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences are eligible to apply for a summer stipend that will provide that support and create the opportunity to engage in exciting work. Awards are made on a competitive basis. As a faculty selection committee, I'm going to make sure to acknowledge them at the end of the program, go through a relatively rigorous evaluation process, evaluating the proposals on the basis of criteria like feasibility, clarity, potential for scholarly contribution, and impact on the student. So in terms of the mechanics of the symposium itself, the genesis of our event goes way back to the fall of 2019. We began as a collaboration with the Center for Research and Fellowships, and we hosted our first symposium that was really a collection of poster presentations where students could share their summer work on posters that were posted within the environs of the Connolly Center. Now, COVID-19 threw a bit of a wrinkle in those efforts to have in-person poster presentations. So we hosted a Zoom event through which our resilient students presented their exciting work orally because, posters just don't quite work on Zoom. But you know what? We really liked what it was that we saw and what we heard from the students in those oral presentations. So beginning the next year and moving forward, we've asked our presenters to use the 3MT style to share their work. Now, 3MT, or 3-minute thesis, is really an international research presentation competition in which graduate students from around the world engage in the important professional development exercise of communicating their scholarships in 3 minutes or less to a non-specialist audience in as compelling a manner as possible. Really, the motivation behind this effort is to connect what is happening within the scholarly world with folks in everyday experiences so that they can use the fine work that scholars engage to improve their everyday lives so that the impact of our work is spread as broadly as possible. Now, in exchange for this participation in the competition, we do award some cash prizes to acknowledge excellence in these presentational efforts. So all of the presenters today are going to be automatically considered for our university-wide event that will be hosted on Friday, February 21st, 2025. Now, if you allow me a moment of fandom of my own college, I will say that throughout the years of the 3-minute thesis competition, it has been a student from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences who's won the competition. And we've had 2 students not only go on to the regional competition, but go on to the national competition in the 4 short years that we've been running 3MT competition. So can we go ahead and applaud the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences? Now, we haven't forgotten completely about those fine poster presentations. So in addition to the presentations that you will hear from the stage, some of the fine work of our students will be on exhibit in a poster session following these oral presentations. You likely saw the posters as you were coming in displayed outside in the lobby. Now, the delineation between the poster session following this part of the symposium and the oral presentations is really somewhat arbitrary based upon the recommendation of a review team in my office, but also the preference of the student. And I will say that some of our highest rated projects are going to be presented as posters, so you certainly don't want to miss the poster presentations that will follow this session. We're also going to have wine and cheese and other tasties out in that lobby, and we will award some men's basketball tickets, so please do stick around. Now, I understand that folks have meetings and other obligations, so that if you can't stick around and an obligation will not permit you to be here for the reception and hear the winner of the tickets, you can still participate. Here's a QR code that you can use to enter into the competition, so just scan it. I'll show it again at the end if you miss it now, so that you can still be considered. But for right now, we're going to enjoy brief 3-minute distillations of the work of a sample of our graduate students, after which we're going to have very brief Q&A, just in case a burning question arises as you are listening to the fine work. So please do engage. I've had an opportunity to review the presentations that are going to be made, and I found them all intriguing. I'm sure you will too. So before we get into that, I've got just a couple of housekeeping items. In order to make sure that we can all enjoy the presentations that will be made from the stage, please refrain from moving around during the 3-minute presentations. Use the Q&A and the transitions between presentations to take biology breaks or to attend to other needs. If you could, silence those mobile devices so that we don't have ringtones or other interruptions. There are folks at home that are able to enjoy the presentation, and also the presentations are being recorded for others who aren't able to be here. So those kinds of interruptions obviously interrupt that recording. So if you could silence devices, I'd appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's turn to our presentations.